Caribbean Showtime will be live every Sunday morning. Join us this Sunday for Caribbean Sunshine. Shining the light on people and issues in our community from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on all IPTV boxes, Amazon Fire Sticks, Roku, and www.caribbeanshowtime.com.
But coming up in a little bit, we'll be speaking to a couple of youths, and that's what I'm interested about, the youths. And there's a young sister with us here today to tell us what's happening with that event coming up at the TARIC Islamic Center. So stay with us, all right? This is Caribbean Sunshine.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Saleh.
And my name is Ijabo.
And we're here from the TARIC Islamic Center.
So we're here to talk about our upcoming summer camp, which is running from July 4th to August 10th. But before that, we wanted to introduce ourselves.
So we both grew up in the TARIC Islamic Center since we were kids, always being involved in the activities and events that were going on. Some of the events that we've had in the past years are like we've had the summer camp, which is in its 25th year of running. We've also had Friday night youth programs for as long as I can remember, Sunday school run by Sheikh Imran Ali, and many other events.
Yeah, growing up in the masjid is something that I have fond memories of as a kid, attending summer camp every year from when I was a child till now. So it's really a full circle moment being able to run the camp now for the younger kids. And we've had a lot of programs in the past few years. As Saleh mentioned, this is our 25th year of running the camp. And inshallah, every year we try to make it better and better for the kids. So a little bit about myself. So I grew up here in Canada. My parents immigrated here from Somalia. And I've always been going to TARIC Masjid since I was a kid, like I mentioned. And one thing that I like about the camp is that it services children that are located in the neighborhood, which is a low-income neighborhood. And it provides them with access to Islamic learning and activities and sports, and allows them to make friends in an Islamic environment. And we have other programs as well, such as the Sunday school. We did a youth taqwa night this past Ramadan, which was really successful, alhamdulillah, and it had a lot of women come for the first time and get to meet each other. And inshallah, we plan to do more of those in the future.
Yeah, one thing that's amazing about TARIC Islamic Center is that we actually have facilities and equipment like gyms and basketball nets and soccer nets, and compared to a lot of the other masjids and Islamic centers around the GTA, that's not something that all of them have, so TARIC's really special in that sense. We get kids that are not only from the TARIC area, but that are from areas from all different kinds of masjids coming to our program just because we have these facilities, and we've been able to run things such as basketball tournaments, hockey tournaments, soccer tournaments, and just encompassing all types of activities and events and sports at the masjid. And it's something that TARIC has been very supportive of, and allowing us to use their space and equipment for the past few years.
Yep, and the emphasis on sports is something that we really like, and we started with sports. And TARIC is really good at making sure that girls have access to sports and equal access to sports. So we have a lot of sisters sports programs, such as our weekly Friday night youth program for both brothers and sisters. And we play things like basketball, volleyball, badminton, all kinds of amazing sports, but we also bring that Islamic knowledge to the kids as well.
So as Ijabu previously mentioned, our summer camp is going to be starting on July 4th. And not only do we have a sports component, which is obviously a big part of the camp, but we also have Quran classes run by our resident Qari Muhammad from Libya. We have leadership activities such as public speaking, business management, resume making, all those kinds of stuff that inshallah will help kids in their futures, especially coming from a low-income neighborhoods like TARIC. We try to help the kids to elevate their skills and knowledge to the best of their abilities. And this is something that we try to integrate into the camp and have all these different types of components. And throughout the past few years that we've been involved, I think me and Najabu have been involved for the past 3 or 4 years, we've seen a lot of kids really mature and grow and become a lot more skilled and kind of break out of the shells that they were put into and they seemed that they couldn't break out of.
Yes, the summer camp is one of the highlights of our youth programs. The kids look forward to it every year. and it teaches them things like morals, manners, and how to be a good human being. And as Saleh mentioned, the leadership program is something that we're really trying to invest in this year as much as possible. So it's definitely going to be one of the highlights of the camp, inshallah. And we have a lot of qualified teachers that are going to be joining us to teach Islam to the kids and to make Islam fun and accessible for all of these children. And thinking back to myself growing up in TARIC and attending summer camp as a kid, I'm really excited for these kids and the opportunities that they will have and all the memories that they're going to make with us this summer.
Yeah, we also have a lot of field trips planned. We try to just create as many fun opportunities for the kids as we can. So last year we went to the zoo, we went to see a movie, and we actually went to Niagara Falls on a jet boat cruise. So inshallah we have those same things planned for this year and even a bit more. It's always a great experience, you know, getting out to go with the kids and also just building a relationship. A lot of kids don't have older siblings or, you know, their parents aren't always around for them to build relationships and bonds. So to be able to bond and have strong relationships with them for 6 weeks is something that's very important. And, you know, it lasts past the camp. When we see each other in the masjid at times other than camp throughout the year, you know, it's the same bond, same brotherhood. And just it's good to have friends that are Muslim and role models that are Muslim. So that's something that we try to provide in our camp by taking kids of different ages. We have kids as young as 7 this year and kids as old as 15. And alhamdulillah, in the first 5 days, registration was full. And every year, registration just keeps on filling up faster and faster. The program gets better every year, alhamdulillah, and that's how it's been.
Yes, as Saleh said, and as I mentioned before, the summer camp is really the highlight every year, and the children look forward to it, and we have the same kids coming back, but we also have a lot of new faces that join us because they don't want to miss out on the fun, and the field trips are definitely also one of the highlights. We always try to make different field trips every year, and this year we have a lot of exciting ones coming up. We don't want to spoil too much, but they will be really fun. And aside from the summer camp, we have other programs coming up, inshallah, later in the year for people to look forward to, such as the Sisters Shifa Retreat sleepover, which is when we take a group of sisters between the ages of like 10 to 17, and we take them to a camp overnight, over the weekend, and we spend time together. We listen to nasheeds together, or recite nasheeds. We read Quran together. We spend time in nature, going on walks and having fun with each other. And that's really what our youth program is all about, is taking a group of children who might not know each other, or youth and teenagers, and making them brothers and making them sisters in Islam, and helping them to learn the deen and have fun in an Islamic environment. So if you haven't heard of TARIC youth programs before this, inshallah, please stay in touch with us on our Instagram, on TARIC Islamic Center, and also the TARIC Youth Program Instagram. And lastly, one thing we wanted to highlight is our 17th Annual Family Day coming up on Sunday, July 16th, from 12 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and it's honoring Yusuf's Day of Hope, which the host has been talking about prior. Tickets are available now for $20 each, and this show is one of the sponsors. So thank you for having us.
Assalamu alaikum.
Well, what a wonderful job the sister and the brother did. And of course, you know, they were under the guidance and stewardship of our brother Brother Arif, I'm sorry. Brother Arif, assalamu alaikum and welcome. Welcome to Caribbean Sunshine.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you for having me.
I think the brother and sister did an excellent job because they walked in 3 minutes. I mic'd them up and threw them on the set. What do you think?
Yeah, they did a fantastic job. Saleh and Ijabu are two of our youth leaders amongst many. At the TARIC Islamic Center, we really emphasize training young people, giving them the opportunity to express themselves, to lead, to take roles, to organize, manage, and you know, they have been working on this particular program, the Summer Day Camp and Youth Leadership Program, for about 4 years now together in different capacities, and they've mentored other young people in the masjid to take on roles. And you know, this year they are the ones that are leading the program and designing it and mentoring younger people that will actually be working. So we're really proud of the way the Saleh and Ijabo and others that are now senior, going on to different post-secondary positions and entering the work field, that they've come back to the community to help and participate in the growth.
How many years now?
This will be the 25th year that TARIC
Wow.
is doing summer camps. With in the past they've done the outdoor sleepovers, and now we focus on the in-person day camp in the summer. And as Ijabo mentioned, there's a sisters retreat that takes place every October. That's again a wonderful program for young Muslim women. It's again in demand, because young women, Muslim women in the community, they don't get these opportunities to go out or come out of their shell and even express themselves and ask questions. And we really stress the importance for them to come out, and we provide guidance, leaders, qualified Muslim women that are there to answer their questions Islamically, academically, career-wise. Those are the services that our Muslim community really needs, and we're trying to help to build those and give them those resources.
Well, 25 years, you must have a pattern on this camp now. At least you must know how the do's and don'ts. I was saying off camera why it is that you don't use this model as a template and have it duplicated across the GTA. Have you have any inquiries or partners or any other masjid that is doing similar stuff?
So in fact, actually, we have worked with other Muslim communities, other groups. TARIC is a recipient of the Canada Summer Jobs Grant from the federal government. And there are many other masjids and Islamic centers in the GTA that are receive this support. And we work together with a lot of other communities to help and support each other in developing programs, training the other counselors, other camp operators. So it has been within the last 4 or 5 years under the guidance of Sheikh Imran, the executive committees and members of TARIC and other masjids, working to help other communities to build, right, and focus on youth initiatives.
Because I've been myself. I remember going to a youth camp at Tucker Valley in Trinidad, and boy, a silly thing. I thought if I changed my name, I would get to stay with my cousins. I was younger then, and so my name Aziz and they were Mohammed. I said, well, maybe if I say Mohammed too. Anyway, that wasn't the case. They broke us up and put us in different camps. And this is at Tucker Valley. It's a government facility out in the northern range, and serious camp. I mean, you had to walk about 10 minutes to get your breakfast, 5 o'clock in the morning. And we had some strict rules. As I was a deputy leader for Komini, one of the groups, and it was my responsibility as the leader, if anybody didn't finish their meals, we had to eat it. So there's no wastage. So you have to make sure everybody ate, because I didn't want to go eat your juta and your food, so you had to eat it. And so one of the things they used to do, and I was to be so scared, out of like 800 people, they would just point at you and you come and lead Salah. Boy, I used to be so frightened, because in case, and we were allowed to do mischief, but don't get caught. If you did, they had a court and they tried us publicly. But it taught me and gave me, in fact, I reverted to Islam after that. The first 3 days, I thought I wanted to escape. I wanted to get out. And when I went home, I couldn't bear to see my sisters in jeans. I started calling them all Jahili, and Then I became the leader of the youth camp. I went on with other masjid, and we came and we painted the mosque and started a strong youth group and other things. So I think this coming together with young people and using youths as mentors to keep them in the full and part of Islam is a brilliant idea. Sorry that I didn't get some time to sleep over, especially the guys. We used to go in a masjid and sleep over different masjid, and that in itself, getting up for Fajr, sleeping, talking all night, But I want to say I was excited when I heard about it, but it's sad that it's only shutting off so quickly after a week. How many campers we have registered every year so far?
So the camp has grown. We've exceeded our initial take of 50 in the early, pre-COVID, 2018, we were taking 50. Now we've expanded to take 70 campers, which is the maximum amount that we can take based on size and safety, which is the number one concern. And because of the program, that's received, accolades from, parents, other community leaders. The program, for instance, this week we released the registration on Monday of this past week, and by Thursday all 70 spaces were filled, which it tells us a lot, about the need in the community, one, and the fact that families are looking to TARIC, as a safe haven for their children. And going back to what you said, camp is about fun, it's about memories. I have my earliest Islamic upbringing from camps, and these kids, they get that opportunity even in the day camp. And pranks happen all the time, and even as elders sometimes we have a good laugh at the creativity and the imagination that some of these young ones have. So I hope, inshallah, that other Muslim communities will reach out to us if they need help, and together we can work with them and other groups, and have inter-masjid competitions. That's one of the things that the youth program is working on, especially for the young boys and girls. We've worked with other groups and tournaments that are Muslim, and it's a fun thing when you have Muslim kids. If you come to TARIC, and I invite you all to come to TARIC even on a Friday night, just to see the energy that the masjid has when there's young people that are there. It's a different feeling.
Well, I must attest to that, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because the TARIC Islamic Center, I don't know why we can't have it as a hangout on a Friday. Bring your coffee, sit in the lawn, have a coffee, chat with people. It's such a nice environment, and it's going to waste. So I'm glad, and if that could be something where people could come, maybe show a movie in a parking lot or like a drive-in. It's so a wonderful place. So I would like to drop in at one of these camps, so please let me know so we could come and take our cameras and see what's going on with some of the children. It's a pleasure indeed having you here. I could go on longer talking to you. I want to congratulate the young brother and sister, and there was another sister in the background who was directing the whole thing. We need to get her out here also. So I'm giving an invitation so that you guys could come back, start your own program. And again, friends, this is what we are set up for, community. So if you too have a community group and would like to get a half-hour program on this, and I tell you, those kids could do a half-hour easy. So the invitation has been extended. We'll wait and see. Once again, thank you, and keep up the good work, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having us. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, friends, there you have it. When we come back, we have some more. We have Tony Maroney about the film festival. He did an interview with Mr. Caruso, Frank Caruso, a filmmaker, a director, a producer. That will be coming up. But for now, again, we want to say to Brother Arif and all the fathers watching, Happy Father's Day.